In this video, I'm going to show you how you can save a number that a user types in a pop-up window. So last time I showed you how you can use JOptionPane to create a pop-up window and save whatever the user types as text. So here is an example of that. If I run the program, you'll see that it pops open a window that says type a number, and here I could type the number 6. And then this next line pops open another window that says type another number, and I'm going to type 8. And each of those numbers are getting saved into these text variables. Here's the problem. The problem is they're not actually getting saved as numbers, even though I typed numbers in. And here's how you can tell. I can't take the two values and add them together. I can't take the two things they typed and use the plus sign and then save it into answer. And here's the reason why. The reason why is that even though you and I recognize these symbols as representing numbers, anything inside quotation marks, the computer just thinks of as a symbol and doesn't try and interpret what it means. So think about it this way. The Chinese and Japanese writing system doesn't use these symbols to represent numbers. They use different symbols. So just because you and I see the number 3 here and we think 3, it's not a universal way of representing the idea of 3. And so the computer also doesn't know that when you use this particular symbol, you mean it to be a number. The computer just thinks about this symbol as the same as any other symbol, like an A or a Q or an X. So if you want to actually do math, you have to take these symbols and tell the computer, could you please try and convert these into an actual number for me? And there's a line of code that does that, and I'll show you how. So this line here that says integer.parseInt, the word parse means something like interpret it as something else. So here I've got my text that's the number 30, and it's saved in a variable called text. And the way I convert that text into an actual number I could do math with is I take that text variable and I make it the input to the parseInt command. I know it's an input because it's inside the parentheses here, so it works just like in math class. And what the parseInt command does is it takes that text and it tries to convert it to an integer. And if it does convert it to an integer, it saves the answer from right to left inside the num variable here. So let's rewrite this program so that we actually convert the two numbers that they type into actual numbers. I'm going to rename this variable r and this variable r2 just so that it's less typing for me. And so now I'm going to have an int called num1, and I'm going to say integer.parseInt. And then I ask myself, what is the variable that has the text that I want to convert? So I want to convert my first number that the user typed. So that's inside r. So I'll take the r text variable and make it the input. And now once that's gotten converted to a number, it will save into num1. And then I can do the same thing here. num2 equals integer.parseInt. Oops. And then r2. And so now that I've saved both things they've typed and I've converted both things into numbers, now I can actually do math with the numbers. So I could say your numbers added are, and then num1 plus num2. So let's run it and make sure that it works. So here it says type a number, 5, type another number, 6. And down here in the console, it says your numbers added are 11. To end this video, I want to show you that the lines don't have to be in this exact order. For example, I could reorder them this way. As soon as they type the first number, I immediately convert it into an integer. And then I don't need another text variable to hold their second number because I've already converted their text into an integer. And so now I can replace the old value inside r with the new number that they type. And so this is r now. And so on this line of code, it will save whatever new number they type. And then I take that new value and I convert it to another integer. So this code does the exact same thing as the previous code. It's just a different way of organizing the commands. And either way is okay.